Hello, everyone, and happy spring. It is now April, and I have a little person here with me. Oh my gosh, you guys, things went so crazy after that last pregnancy update, and I'm here to tell you guys all about it. And she's also 3 weeks old now. I'll give you guys a little bit of update about her too as well. But you guys, nothing went as planned. It was just a mess. It was just a mess. Um, so to start, I did my 37-week update, and then I think it was that next day or so. I did my doctor's appointment, and when I did my doctor's appointment, um, I came home, and I was going to self-induce like I did with my last pregnancy. Well, it got things going, but not in the way that I hoped it would. So this was on the 22nd of March, a Monday, and it was after my appointment that evening. So I did everything. I took my drink. I walked. We took the kids to the park, and I walked around the park while the kids played, me and my husband. And contractions picked up at the park. I came home. I took a shower. Me and my husband both took a shower. We put our stuff in the car, and we hit the road. And so I went to my mom's because my mom stays like 5 minutes from the hospital. So I went there, and I continued to labor there for a while because I just wanted to be closer to the hospital and not like I was last time, because last time when I got to the hospital, I was 10 centimeters, a bulging bag, like ready to go. And I didn't want things to be that hectic this time, so I went to my mom so I could be closer. I labored there for a while. I felt like things were picking up, and so me and my husband went ahead on to the hospital. So we get to the hospital, and I'm contracting. Contractions are good, um, but they weren't making any change to my body. So I was like, okay. And mind you, it was the 22nd. I was supposed to be getting induced at 5 a.m. of the 23rd. So they just kept me because contractions were good and everything. And plus, I was going to go ahead and get induced. So they did that. And so I'm getting induced. No, I'm in there contracting and everything. And nothing really happens but contractions. So they give me something to rest. And I took that. And I slept pretty good. And so then they came in around 6 or whatever, I want to say. And they got everything started at 6 a.m. on the 23rd. So here we go, Tuesday. Tuesday, I labored all day. They ended up putting um, it's a balloon thing that they put in you to open you up, because I wasn't really opening up and they just kind of wanted to get things going. So they got me stretched enough where they could get that balloon thing in. And the balloon thing in, so the balloon is supposed to get you to like at least 5 centimeters or more. And so I was on that and Pitocin at that time. And they just kind of it got to the point where, well, I had to use the bathroom at one point. And I'm on the toilet using the bathroom. I had to pee, and I just felt this intense urge to push. And I started crying because it was so uncomfortable and intense. And the nurse came in and she kind of checked me because I felt like it was a head. I just knew it was her head, but it wasn't. It was the balloon thing trying to make its way out. that thing felt crazy. And so the nurse, she came and she looked down there and she kind of gave it a tug and it slid out. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I had so much relief after that. I was so uncomfortable with that thing in me. So I finally got some relief after that. Still contracting really good. Baby was doing really good with the contractions and everything. And so we labored all day that day. Um, Basically, that's all we were doing, trying to get my cervix to dilate. Um, and it was going at a very, very slow rate. So I ended up going through all of Tuesday. Um, Not much change, but contracting. Um, and then Wednesday, the 24th, comes, and um, the 24th comes, and I'm just kind of like, now in between all of this, these women were coming in and checking me. And while they're checking me, and while they're oh, and while they're checking me, each time it's getting more and more painful and more uncomfortable with them checking me, because I feel like I'm like, look, if you don't feel no head, don't force it, because it's like it felt like they were going in to their elbow checking me, and I was just like over it at that point. Um, and then on the 24th, which is when she was born, March 24th, that Wednesday, they kept coming in and checking me. And I got to the point where I was crying because I was so sore and it was just hurting. I was not making any change. The Foley bulb balloon thing only got me to 4.5, 5 centimeters. And I just stayed there and I didn't make any more progress. So I had a failure to progress at that point. Um, they came and checked me. The midwife checked me. Then she had a nurse check me because she had short fingers. So then they had to find someone with longer fingers. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then an actual doctor came in and checked me, and he couldn't find any change either. And they were trying to maybe like at the same time kind of like kind of pull my cervix forward a little bit so that they could burst my bag. But I'm thankful that they didn't do that, because the doctor, when the doctor came in and checked me, he was telling me, well, they did an ultrasound, and then he came in and he checked me, and then he gave me an ultrasound, and then he checked me again, and then he was just like, we need to make a decision. And so when they did the ultrasound, they seen that everything looked fine. She looked fine. She just could have been at a little bit of an awkward, like her head was maybe tilted a little bit. There was still a lot of fluid around her, and by her weight, because remember I was telling you guys that they thought that she was stuck at like 4 pounds and some change. So they were scared that if they broke my water, with the space between, she could have collapsed down on her umbilical cord. And if she collapsed down on her umbilical cord with my water breaking, they would have had to do an emergency C-section, because she would then be losing oxygen to her brain because she's compressing her cord. And so I was like, that's not a risk I'm willing to take. I don't want you to break my water and then, have to do something drastic to get her out, because something bad is going on. So me and my husband went ahead and made the decision to just get the C-section, because I didn't want to risk her being on her cord, and I was I was really exhausted. I wasn't getting much sleep. I wasn't getting much sleep at the end of my pregnancy, and I didn't get any sleep in the hospital. And I was just really physically and mentally exhausted at that point, and I just wanted to get things going and just get her out and get this over with. So, and also by making the decision early and electively doing it, it gave them time to, just take their time and do everything and not have to rush and be in a panic. And so I just went ahead and did it that way. So we get in there and we do the C-section. I was extremely nervous, but everyone was so, so sweet and so nice that everything went smoothly. And she came out, and um, it was so different because I've literally had each of my four children in a different way. My first son, I had to get an epidural. My daughter, I had her in the water. My son, he was just like spontaneous, and her, I got a C-section. So it was just crazy. And I heard that cry, and I just cried because I was like, she's here, she's healthy, it's over, I am relieved. And that's just kind of where I was at in that moment. And she was 6 pounds and 7 ounces. But okay. I'm happy that she was a good weight, and she didn't have to go to the NICU and all that crazy stuff. She was with me and Dad the entire time, which is good. I was in the hospital a total of 6 days because of the C-section and, everything like that. I had to stay for 6 days. So, yeah, and recovery was not a walk in the park. Major surgery. I was not prepared for what happens afterwards. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have had natural vaginal births, and I would rather her have come out natural than to have to deal with recovery of a C-section. That is no joke at all. Like, no flipping joke. But I had to do what I had to do. But I'm telling you, a vaginal birth is nothing compared to having to go through a C-section recovery. They gave me like the glue dissolvable like stitches. And yeah, I've just been recovering. I did have a day in the hospital where I just broke completely down, and everybody was rushing in trying to figure out what was going on, how they could help me, because I've never been through major surgery for one. I was not prepared for the pain. I felt helpless. I couldn't get up and move around like I wanted to. I was just really, really going through it. I was tired. I couldn't sleep right. I slept sitting up for like a week and a half. That was crazy. Like, I could not lay down because it felt like something was pushing and pulling on me, on my incision. And so I just kind of propped myself up, sitting up, and that was just so hard doing that and trying to nurse and care for a newborn. My swelling was really, really bad in my feet and my ankles. That's where I had the most swelling. Walking was painful. My feet were painful. You guys, recovery was not the bomb for me. But I made it through it. 3 weeks postpartum now, and I feel much better. They gave me, the day I had the breakdown, they upped my dose of medicine because they were thinking that the medicine they were giving me wasn't strong enough, and so I was in a lot of pain, which, could cause some of that. And they gave me this belly wrap, and that belly wrap saved my life because I didn't have it after that. And they were like, I don't know why they didn't give you that. That belly wrap will save your life if you have to get a C-section, because it just held everything in and just kept everything from shifting and jiggling and moving all around. And you really, really need that. So, yes, that is what happened to me, my birth story. I didn't want to do a labor and delivery vlog because, like I had said, I wanted that to be an intimate moment between me and my husband. He missed the last birth, and I just wanted to just have that moment. It's usually full of our parents and everybody in the room, and it's just always, and this time, due to COVID, it could only just be me and him, and I just wanted that moment of just quiet with me and him. So, yes, that's what happened, you guys. Little Miss Lady here, oh my gosh, I love her so much. She is just a joy. Adjusting to life with 4 has been a little hectic. I may say the big kids are not bad at all. They're very helpful. But the 3-year-old, he's even very good. Like if she cries, he'll come up to her and be like, "It's okay, I'm here." And it's the sweetest thing ever. He loves her. He wants to hold her all the time. She's his baby. And I love how everybody loves her and how everybody wants to protect her. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And so that's just kind of what we've been doing. She is very much attached to me. I would say it's because of the breastfeeding, but all of my kids were that way. So I have 2 bottle fed babies, and this is my second breastfed baby. So I have 2 and 2. My first boy and girl were on bottle. My second boy and girl were on boobie. And she just, when she feels my body, my touch, she hears my voice, she instantly calms down. She'll go to other people, but not for long. She wants me back. So yeah, that's been quite a task, because it's like, you want like a minute to yourself, and you have this little person that's like, no, give me you. But I love it. She just, the past 3 weeks, she sleeps. That's all she does is sleep and nurse. And that's been great. The past 2 or 3 nights though, she tries to wake up and stay up a little bit, but not very long, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I've noticed. But she smiles all the time. She's always smiling. And I just hope that she just stays this joyous little person. She is beautiful. She looks like her dad and her brother and her sister. So she looks like them. The last 3 children look like my husband, like their father. The oldest one looks like me. So I have 1 twin out of the bunch, and the rest are all him. And yeah, she is so gorgeous. She is definitely, I don't know how much she weighs now, but she has an appointment on the 20th. The last appointment, she picked up all the weight that she gained all the weight back. She was back at her birth weight. Okay, let's put it like that. She's back at her birth weight, because that's one of the things that they check for at the initial appointment, that she has gained her birth weight. And she gained that and some. So she was 7 ounces over her birth weight. So she was 6 pounds and 14, I want to say 6 pounds, 14 ounces. So she's doing really good. She's feeling a little heavier this week, and she's got chunky rolls. And so I know that she's doing really, really good. She has on a onesie, but it's not snap because she's wearing her cloth diapers. Um, and so this is kind of just how we are at home. Like, I'm showing you guys like raw. I'm not coming on here dressed up and everything because for one, I cannot. I'm still in pain and recovering, but I did want to come on here and let you guys know what was going on and how everything went. She is mostly like this. She loves it. Her onesie. And so that's just kind of what we've been doing, you guys. I don't know if I told you her name, but her name is Sola, Sola, Sola Rain. And that is my little lady. She's snoring. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, but she has just been really sleepy. She just nurses and sleeps. Nurses and sleeps. And this is her, you guys. Look at that little cutie. She is so sweet. And she was 19 inches at birth. But she's so tiny. Like, she's tiny. She's the runt of the litter. She's the smallest baby. And my 3-year-old, he was 6 pounds and 2 ounces. But it seemed like he was bigger than her. She just has little bones. I call her Bird. Usually she has little bitty, little frail little bird bones. And she's so tiny. I call her Bird. And my husband calls her Bean. So, yes. I'm going to show you guys my 3-week postpartum belly. And we're going to get up out of here because I'm going to lay her down and try to get up and get moving around. So let's just get to it. See his pretty face. Sweet girl. And she's very loud and animated. Like, she makes a lot of noises and coos and so this is my belly. Sore. Doing a lot better. This is after 3 weeks. So after 3 weeks. And it kind of hangs. It's like jiggly where they, like where he's, I don't know. It's like, it's weird because I didn't have this with the other bellies, other babies. But I don't know if it's something that comes with like getting C-sections, but this little jiggly, ugh, I don't like it. Get a tummy tuck. And you guys, I did get my tubes tied. It's kind of dark, as you can see. Light here. It's a little dark. I did get my tubes removed, actually. He went over like different ways I could do it. And there was a lady literally in the room next to me, and she had just had a baby on tied tubes. And I was like, okay, just take them out. This is my incision line. You can see it's healing really good, but it's a scar. So yeah, you guys, that is what is going on in my household. So yes, I will be coming back and chatting with you guys shortly. probably go over how I've been feeling. I actually feel pretty good though. I don't feel the way I thought I would. I was so nervous about postpartum depression, but I seem to be doing really good. So yeah, that's that. But let me get out of here. I have chatted long enough, and get this little lady laying back down. I feel like I need to just have a day of being in the bed, honestly. That's how I feel. So yes, you guys, this is Sola, and this is me and my recovery. And I'm just thankful that God brought us through everything. Everything. I'm so grateful and blessed. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.